There's so much work going into attracting women and recruiting women to join the sector. We have to retain the brilliant women we've got. We can't afford to lose them.
In the defence industry, we're already significantly behind in terms of gender representation. And if we don't make this a great place for women to thrive and to do their best, then we'll continue to lose the brilliant female talent to other industries, and it will make our targets of gender representation all the harder to meet.
It's been a busy 12 months since our last summit, as we continue our work to accelerate gender equity in the sector. As part of our Challenge series, we discussed bullying, sexual harassment and zero tolerance with the CGS, General Sir Patrick Sanders, and learned what the Army are doing to increase recruitment of women from Major General Tom Buick. It's been a bumper year for our awards, with over 480 inspiring individuals and teams nominated. Watch out for the shortlist announcement in early September. And our mentoring program goes from strength to strength, with 139 mentoring pairs learning from each other across 12 organisations. That's a total of nearly 1,200 individuals who have taken part since we started 4 years ago. Together with the Women in Defence Charter, we published a report on insights from the 2023 summit on how to attract women into the sector, combined with the latest charter figures on gender balance. Given the uncertain world we live in, the time to take action is now. We don't just need to attract and keep women in defence, we need women in decision-making roles. This year's Women in Defence Charter gender data will collate the number of women holding business and mission roles and positions of authority and influence. Working with all our partners, it's time to raise the bar, reach for that critical mass, and ensure that women have the right seats at the table.
For this year's summit, we're focusing on retention. We've brought in speakers again from outside of the sector with new ideas, fresh ideas. For any company or organisation to want to retain its people, it needs 4 things in place. One is a really strong purpose, and arguably defending the nation is a purpose that's difficult to beat. Culture. The culture has to be welcoming. People mustn't feel that they're being put down or bullied in any way, shape or form. Policies. Flexible working for women in particular, and men now, is really important, as is parental leave, the ability to balance childcare. And finally, particularly for women, women need to feel valued as women, not just as someone who can do a job that a man can do, but valued for what they bring to the table.
If we're going to improve our retention of female talent in defence, we've got to get real about some of the barriers that exist to women's progress. And some of those barriers might be practical barriers, like the lack of facilities, and some of the barriers might be cultural ones, like the way we recruit or the way we promote women through the organisation. But we've got to start having some really good conversations, honest conversations about these barriers and what steps we can take to remove them.
Given the uncertainty the world faces at the moment, Gaza, Ukraine, even a general election, it is even more important to have diverse voices around the decision-making table, to bring that real diversity of thought, to reduce the risk of groupthink. Women can help with that. So it's important that we get women into those decision-making roles and we keep women in the sector.